our presidency will respect the rule of law. Right now, the hemp is classified as a narcotic. Under narcotics, it is illegal. That is the starting point. Hata tusiende mbali.
Okay.
And all Kenyans, and I know Kenyans looked abroad, and there is still quite some research on the effect of growing. But I think she needs to speak from a woman's position on that and how it has affected the young people. Just throw in, let her bring the soft part.
Well, for me, I think it would be an almost no. Especially
almost.
Where, yeah, especially
so
where
half
that...
Yes.
Yes, just probably half yes. But where the reasons of marijuana is concerned, I'm looking for a happy mother. It is currently illegal. I'm a mother. I'm currently looking out there for a happy mother who can boldly say the kid has been involved in it and is well. Right now, mothers are crying. Kids are admitted in Mwaure. So I'm not seeing... I don't know if there's any mother who would accept to that, because our youth are going to be employed in the 100 acres he's proposing. So we are killing destiny. So on that bit, I wouldn't agree.
It is still on that bit that blogger Wandera is saying, what are the plans for the youth in this nation?
Oh, my brother, when we make the government, I refer to the definition by Abraham Lincoln of democracy. Of the people, for the people, and by the people. When we give the counties 40%, when the youth sit there in the number kumi and together with the wases and the mamas, my brother, employment will come from there. That's number one. Number two will be big on skills. Kenyan youth are educated. You know, the upcoming ones, what we need to do is give them skills. But number three is a credit. But you see, ours, don't mistake our concept. We are not talking the one of being the other one. And let me tell you, all these things are the same. We are talking now about the government at the nyumba kumi with enough resources. We are not just talking about resources, but the people making decisions about those resources are still from the top, the midoses, the mabwenyenye. It is no. It is Wanjiko at the number kumi mtaa. Hapa tumepewa milioni 20. You know?
Yeah.
It is them to make the decision. It is them even to sign for the tenders. The tenders even up to now and the counties are given to selective people. It is there for them to decide who should be given the tenders at that level.
Okay. Let's bring up some of your feedback that's coming through. Let's squeeze them in as before we wind up here. Sisiko says, what is your suggestion on the current education system and what change would you bring about? Are you okay with the CBC?
The CBC is trying to say something, but it has become a burden on the parents and the children. It's also become an expense. But it's going somewhere. It reminds me of my school days. I used to run to school carrying a hoe for what we used to call a subject known as agriculture. I used to run to school carrying a panga, a sword, for what we used to call hard work. And we would make mwikos and that sort of thing. By the time I went to a secondary school where we had technical, it was not technical.
Yeah.
And I can use a saw, I can use a plane, you know. And those are important because it's not everybody who is endowed in mathematics. What we need to do and what we will not do, I cannot talk of abolishing. It has become a burden, like for the children, for the parents whose children are in standard 7 going on to 8, because it's been heavy on expense and what you need to do. I think we need to sit and look at this thing, rework it, and then we need to space it so that it's not one of those decisions you do immediately. But we should also not lose the fact that whatever format it takes,
yeah,
it should still tarry with the international acceptable standards of education, so that our children and grandchildren can still be able to go to the US. Those in the US can come to Kenya. They can be able to go to UK. But right now, it doesn't sound to me. Then finally, it's expensive on the parents. So we will sit down, we will look at it again. We work with the parents, the researchers, the stakeholders, the Minister of Education, and I think the intentions were well intended. To just say hii kitu, but it's been heavy on parents and the students. It's been expensive. The cost of living is not helping. The difference is neither helping.
All right, let's bring up some